for those of you who are joining us, make sure that you are also sharing this program. We have many programs upcoming as well, including the Brahmotsavam for Guru Purnima, which is on the 23rd of July. We're also observing this month the Hindu Holocaust or Hindu Persecution Awareness Month, and every single day presenting different aspects of the persecution against the Supreme Concept of Hinduism. And these are the different aspects that we will also be presenting in today's program in the later segment. Now, as we continue on, before that, we will just have a quick break and be right back with you.
Assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home, without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. and setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy.
Nithyanandam, and welcome back. The next segment of today's program, we are going to be sharing with you about some of the revelations that Devi Parashakti has blessed the world with. Out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, facing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving wounds, healing us, revealing our past, present and future, delivering profound truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. Today, let's see what Devi Parashakti is revealed about immunity and COVID-19. On the 18th of June 2021, Devi Parashakti revealed the direct revelations from the cosmic archives on COVID and immunity. Let's see what Devi Parashakti revealed now.
That's the first priority. Still, you are all not realizing the power of my words when I say Corona is very much out there. With the support of decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you, due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And all the other diseases which are waiting to attack human bodies because corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economical situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level. Cannot be described. Wait. This year, focus on keeping yourself alive.
As Devi Parashakti revealed, that still you are not realizing the power of my words. When I say corona is very much out there, with the support of the decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you, due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And all the other diseases which are waiting to attack the human bodies, because corona had made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economic situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level cannot be described. Wait. This year, focus on keeping yourself alive. As Devi Parashakti revealed on the 18th of June 2021 about the long-term effects, long-term impact of the COVID-19 virus on the immune system. We are seeing multiple various other researchers which are now revealing that the long-term impacts of corona. And today we will be sharing with you some of the research articles and findings on how corona is actually affecting our body and our immune system. Even those who actually have recovered or are no longer corona positive, still the effects of the coronavirus, if they had it once, still that effect is very much there and it continues to impact for a few more months. Here we have an article from Science Daily, which was published on the 29th of June 2021, which says how COVID-19 infection changes blood cells in a long run. New research suggests that a coronavirus infection alters the biomechanical properties of red and white blood cells, in some cases for months, a possible explanation for a long COVID. So our red and white blood cells are being affected for months post-COVID. And here we have the article which continues to say, COVID-19 significantly changes the size and the stiffness of the red blood cells. The results may help to these results may help to explain why some people affected continue to complain of symptoms long after the COVID infection, and this is this phenomena is called as long COVID, where even after you recover from the COVID, you still have long-term symptoms of the COVID virus. This article is from the Academy of Medical Sciences, which says that the way the body defends against a virus is to recognize and neutralize it. However, the article by Forbes explains that the corona suppresses the immune system by disrupting the actions of the body's immune cells. This immunosuppression allows for a 2-week incubation period, which gives corona enough time to attack the body. So the corona COVID virus, which is directly working on our suppresses the immune system, it disrupts the actions of the body's immune cells. And this immunosuppression allows for a 2-week incubation period, and that 2 weeks is enough for the corona to actually affect the body. So that is the reason why Devi Parashakti revealed that just keep yourself alive, quarantine yourself, protect yourself, save yourself. Do not get exposed to the COVID virus, because there are long-term impacts of the COVID virus on your body and on your immune system. Now here you can see a timeline of how the COVID-19 is typically progresses. For days, first 5 days is the incubation period. Then after that you have prodromal period, and then an acute symptoms that you're seeing after the 10 days. And then we have the second week. From the second week of onset itself, either recovery begins or the complications that lead to death. And 15 days or over, there are no fever and no other symptom, but the effect of the COVID virus on the immunity and the whole body's immune system getting suppressed continues to be there even for months after the COVID virus attacking the body. Now here we see from the University of Ceylon, which says that analysis of the long-term impact of SARS-CoV-2 on the cellular immune system in individuals recovering from COVID-19 reveals a profound NKT cell impairment. And the article also says, another research article says that the COVID-19 immunity briefing note, what we know about the long-term health consequences and the priorities for research. The further studies done by the University of Oxford found that the cells were profoundly impaired after recovering from COVID. The British Society for Immunology has claimed that the effects of COVID are far beyond respiratory health. It also affects our cardiovascular and renal systems. The past few months, it has become apparent that the SARS-CoV-2 infection has effects long beyond the respiratory, including the cardiovascular and renal. Further, it appears to affect our health long after the onset of the COVID virus. Here we can see an excerpt from the research briefing on how the human body is affected after COVID. Exposure to COVID-19 causes symptoms in multiple organ systems across the body and is not limited only to lungs and respiratory as was originally thought. In addition, patients are reporting chronic symptoms such as fatigue and shortness of breath that last a month after the original infection. Now, the name given to those suffered from COVID-like symptoms after the infection has passed is called long COVID. And this long COVID can affect, number 1, cardiovascular system, number 2, circulatory system, number 3, the lungs. It can also cause fatigue and inflammation. Here we are seeing that even after contracting corona, your immune system remains weakened and you are susceptible to more other illnesses. Here we can see the long COVID says that the symptoms can last for weeks or months after being first infected with the virus. And the multi-organ effects on COVID-19, it affects, multi-organ effects can affect most, if not all body systems, including heart, lungs, kidneys, skin, and brain functions. I don't know what else remains if most of the vital organs of the body are getting infected by the COVID virus itself. Here you can see the black fungus, white fungus, and other fungal diseases have swept through India, affecting the recovered COVID patients. Here is an article from BBC which says there are 9,000 cases of the rare infection, and out of the 5,424 cases, 4,556 patients have a history of COVID-19. People who have been infected by these black and white fungus and yellow fungus is now reported in India. The case comes as India is battling a rise in the black fungus infection and COVID-19 patients amidst a shortage of amphoprotein B. The Health Ministry said on Monday that 5,424 cases of black fungus have been reported so far, and out of that, 4,500 plus have had a history of COVID infection. So people who are having the COVID, have had the COVID infection are extremely more susceptible to black fungus, white fungus, and so here we are seeing the different variants of the COVID virus have also been discovered. What are the India, Brazil, South Africa, and the UK variants? The deadly second wave of coronavirus weekend have wreaked havoc globally, but majorly in India. WHO recently announced that the highly infectious virus variant, which was first detected in India, will be referred to as Delta variant. As per the data, the Delta variant was the primary cause behind India's devastating second wave and much more infectious than the Alpha wave. And here we can see in South Africa, COVID-19 strain, and in other parts of the world, Kent virus variant on course to sweep the world. So various different variants of the COVID virus have been found in UK, South Africa, Brazil, India. Viruses generally mutate, but in the case of COVID, we have seen that they become more dominant. The table shows the variants that have swept the world. So here we can see the Alpha variant in UK, the Beta variant in South Africa, the Gamma variant in Brazil, and the Delta variant in India. Various variants of the COVID virus. And the dangers of these variants are further highlighted when the World Health Organization, WHO, categorized the Delta variant as the most highly transmittable variant of COVID. And we can see what is happening in India. Literally, the entire country is becoming a living hell, and expected more than 50% of the population has been infected in India. All about the Delta variant, the most dangerous form of COVID that caused the second wave in India. This article indicates that the Delta variant was the primary cause behind the deadly second wave of COVID in India. And here you can see the World Health Organization has categorized it as a variant of concern, VOC, and the World Health Organization, WHO, said that it continues to observe significantly increased transmittability. And more than 4,500 sequences of the variant have been detected in 60 plus countries. Studies suggest that it is around 60% more transmittable than the Alpha variant, which was more contagious than the original strain that emerged from China. Now, secondary attack rates have been known to be 51 to 67% higher than the Alpha variant, which was originally detected. So, what are the other effects of the COVID, and when is COVID-19, the virus or the COVID pandemic, is going to be stopped? When can we expect the COVID-19 pandemic to stop? How can we get back to a regular life? This is one of the questions that all of us have. And let us see what Devi Parashakti has revealed about it.
Sharmila, கொரோனா ஒழிந்தது. கொரோனாவை வைத்து அரசியலும் அழிவாட்டமும் செய்ய நினைக்கும் மனிதர்களின் சதிராட்டம் முடிய இன்னும் 4 ஆண்டுகளாகும். என் பக்தர்களையும் சீடர்களையும் கைலாய வாசிகளையும் நானே காத்துக்கொள்கின்றேன், நானே காக்கின்றேன். என் பக்தர்களுக்கு ஒரு துயரும் ஒரு துக்கமும் வாராது. ஆனால் உலகின் இந்த கொரோனாவின் சதியாட்டம் முடிய 4 ஆண்டுகள் ஆகும். 2025 தான் அடங்கும். இது சதியாட்டம், மனிதர்களின் சதியாட்டம்.
The translation of what Devi Parashakti revealed. Corona is destroyed, but it will take 4 years for the political conspiracies done by the humans to end. I will protect my devotees, disciples, and Kailasa. No suffering will come for my devotees. But it will take 4 years for the conspiracy of Corona to end. It will come to end only in 2025. It is a conspiracy, human conspiracy.
We're also seeing how many articles have given predictions for the future of COVID in India. Especially here we see the article, as per Devi's revelations, you can see from the below article that there is yet more of COVID to come for India. Here it says, the third wave of COVID-19 may hit in its peak between October to November which is told by a government panel scientist. So the article continued to say that if a new variant was discovered, it would spread faster than during the third wave.
And you can see there are also news articles written by astrologers which can be mapped directly to Devi's revelations. Here we can say, when will the pandemic end? And one of the predictions through the Vedic astrology is saying that the pandemic will have a lasting impact on mankind and out by 2021, but the threat of the current waves cannot be ruled out till at least 2025 is what one of the Vedic astrology is predicting as well. And as per the Devi's revelations directly from the cosmic archives on the COVID ending in 2025, the article states that the pandemic will have a lasting effects on mankind and the chances of future waves cannot be ruled out. So really, with so much more waves of COVID pandemic coming up, what is the best way to protect ourselves? And if we can just listen to what Swamiji has been revealing, just keep yourself alive for the next 3 years. This was what Swamiji revealed in the year 2018. And at that time, we had no clue what was upcoming. But of course, the avatar knows what is coming and what is the most important priority. And this year, the year 2021, the focus of every single human being is just to be alive. So if you have to pause some of your plans and if you want to restart them, please rearrange yourself, reorganize yourself. This year, the only priority is for every one of us to be alive, to stay alive is the only priority. If it means slowing of your business, if it means pausing of your business, shutting down of your business, whatever it is well worth it. We have taken millions of births to achieve this human birth. And in the human birth, we have taken millions of births till we can come to be able to have the darshan of the avatar, which happens once in a few thousand years. So we have that unique opportunity and we cannot waste this human life. And if you are watching this, you are meant to be touched by the grace and the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. That is why you're even watching and hearing to this message. Just keep yourself alive this year. That is the priority. And if you are in India, Kailasa is the only place today in India that is safe because we are providing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, along with Kailasa, has provided the multi-layer quarantine facility. So where you will absolutely be shielded from anything that's happening in the outer world. And there are 3 layers where before even you can be exposed to something of the outer world. And completely you're provided accommodation free of cost, food free of cost, internet free of cost, and you can just live inside the monastery, live inside the Sarvanyapita of Kailasa, and live in Kailasas in India and protect yourself and your family from the COVID pandemic. Yesterday we heard from the people living inside the COVID care facilities, how they are beautifully, the entire family is aligning to spiritual routine, yoga-based lifestyle and complete Ayurvedic sattvic food. And this time of the year, this time and the priority to only protect yourself. And if you are in India, rush to the nearest Kailasa where multi-layer quarantine services are available. And you can sign up here in kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. And in the upcoming segments of this program, we will be sharing with you about what are all the different facilities that are being provided in Adi Kailasa and how you and your family can protect yourself from this pandemic. So with this, We will now be moving on to the next segment of the program, which is the offerings. What are the various different offerings that we can do to Devi Parashakti to express our gratitude after a short break?
We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time.
Welcome back, dear viewers. The next segment of this program, we are going to share with you what are the different ways we can connect with Devi Parashakti And what are the ways we can experience that deep gratitude, devotion, and feeling connection? And how can we express the deep gratitude, devotion, and feeling connection to Devi Parashakti? I'll first start with sharing the Shastra Pramana of Parashakti, Dhyana Shloka. Indhuni bhavedakaravakninayanam syat pankajavarabayajapakshaksarayuktam angahimabhushana vichitravasanam syat tumkamakutojjwalamanonmani swarupam.
And the English translation, which says beautifully, moon-like face holding the Vedas, the books in hand, fire in eyes, with a lotus flower gracing and blessing hands in one hand with the japamala, beautifully decorated with the jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining bright crown. Her name is Manonmani.
The next Dhyana Shloka. Dhyaye Devim Trinetram Sashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chapayam Sakshamanam Divyaira Varanair Vibhushitatanam Brahmadibhih Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pradidinam Kamarthadatrim Shubham.
And the English translation, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes glowing like the moon and holding the Vedas, lotus engracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments, worshipped by Brahma and other gods, and she showers the auspicious boons for all actions every day. Yes. Now, let us understand the significance of the divine element of gold. Gold is considered a divine, a sacred element in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and it has reference in the Atharva Veda. And I'll just now chant the English translation. Triply born by the birth is this gold from the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Yes, so gold is considered a divine element in the Hindu tradition. It purifies anything it touches, and it is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears it or anyone who operates even in its vicinity. And gold is also present in all the scriptures, the Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, the Itihasas, and Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our very being. In the Hindu civilization, everything is built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual fees were offered in gold. When one has to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. And gold was abundance used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, even including cows and other cattle. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold, and the streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows and all of the animals that lived in coexistence in the civilization were also dressed in gold. And the Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of the rivers of gold. For example, the Indus River was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to ones you love and revere. And temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold. And because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years, it literally lasts forever. So now we have the first offering of that anyone can offer for any amount. And this offering is available also on the YouTube super chat as well as the traditional payment methods. Now, first of all, let me chant the Shastra Pramana for this e-hundi offering. Bhakti Priya Bhakti Ghamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadaradhya Sharvani Sharmadaini. And the English translation: Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear. This is from the Lalita Sahasranamam, and it promises that if there is any fear in the minds of devotees, that Devi is the one who can remove that fear, and that she appreciates, she loves for any kind, any small form of devotion. And it also says in the Lalita Sahasranamam that Devi is worshipped in autumn. Now, this is not the season autumn, but when naturally in our lives our thoughts and focus starts to turn more inwards, and the role of the divine becomes known and understood more clearly. At that time in our lives, Devi and the need for the worship of Devi becomes stronger. So in this verse, Shambhavi is the consort of Lord Shambhu, who's Lord Shiva, and Sharada Radhya means worship by Sharada, Saraswati, and Sharvani means wife of Lord Shiva. And in the Linga Purana, it says that the Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadhaini means Devi who bestows the happiness on the devotees. So you can offer this e-hundi offering for any amount, and you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering this, and your name will be chanted out during the puja to Devi. Yes, and the next offering is the Sankalpa chanting. So in this offering, the Shastra Pramana is coming from the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 14. And offering this Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, blesses a person with all the fruition and desires and wishings that he is yearning for. And from the Devi Mahatmyam, the Pramana is from chapter 12, verse 34. So I'll just chant the English translation. The goddess enchants this whole universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. The goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. So you can offer this conscious resolution, whether it is the conscious resolution to manifest breakthrough in your life or to manifest anything you want. You can offer this today to Devi Parashakti. If you're interested in making these offerings, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. Yes, and the next offering, a very special, very unique kind of offering, is the Sahasranama Swarna Kasu. In the Lalita Sahasranamam, in verse 731, Devi Parashakti is described as Nama Parayana Prita, meaning the one, she who likes the repetition of her various names. And this is the offering of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. You might have heard before the Sahasranama Archana or the Namavali Archana. But this is just taking it to the next level, as supreme, most sacred offering of the gold coin, which is inscribed with all the names of Devi, all the 1008 names of Devi. Not only that, this offering is made to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti, the three-dimensional deity, three-dimensional formation, which is worshipped as the deity and embodiment of Devi Parashakti. So this offering is offering a gold coin inscribed with all of the 1008 names to receive the blessings and to start radiating the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all of the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti, which are chanted during the Sahasranama Archana. So if you're interested, once again, in making these offerings, you can proceed to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. The next offering that is available for each and every one of you to deepen your connection with Devi Parashakti and offer with your utmost gratitude at the feet of Devi Parashakti. Your love, your gratitude is the Mukta Anguti. This is the finger ring, the finger pearl ring of Devi Parashakti. The source of this beautiful offering is from the Meenakshi Pancharatnam. So I'll just be chanting the Meenakshi Pancharatnam. Muktahara nala satkirita rataram purninduvasta prabham Shinjunnu purakinkini manidharam padma prabhapasuram sarvabhita palapradam girisutam vanaravasevitam Meenakshi pranatosmya santatamaham karunyavaranmudim. I bow down to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like the full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and the small bells, who's shining like the splendor of a lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. Yes. So in this beautiful offering, you can achieve the grace and blessings. You can receive the grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti and be showered with her compassion and pure love in all your business endeavors, your business ventures. And if you're interested in making this offering today, please proceed to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. We'll also be running through a walkthrough for each and every one of you to understand how you can make these payments, what are the different ways at the end of this segment. So please stay tuned for that also. So we'll go on to the next offering now. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. So in the Kamik Agama, it says that all of the kalashas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. So here it is giving from the Kamik Agama the reference for the lotus flower offering made of gold. And in the Hindu scriptures, the lotus is a very common and very sacred element or sacred flower. The next slide, please. So the lotus is actually used in all of the different forms of worship for its stem, its pericarp, the lotus petals, and the lotus flower as a whole, as well as the lotus leaf. So in this, it is really considered a divine flower. Not only that, in the Hindu scriptures, the lotus is referenced as the Shakti of Paramashiva, which is also called the lotus, and also the base of the Paramashiva linga is a lotus, and also the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered and referred to as a lotus. So today, you can offer the gold lotus in any size which you want and be blessed to have the state, space, and powers and being of Devi in your innermost space amidst any adverse situation in your life. What is known most about the lotus is that in any kind of water, whether it is so muddy and polluted, the lotus will be the flower that blooms from that kind of water, from even the swamps and from the ponds, even with the lowest amount of water. So even in the adverse situations of life, this flower or this offering can give you the strength to face that situation and overcome and grow and be the best in any adverse situation of your life. The next slide, please. Yes. So the next offering is the Swarnamati offering, which is the gold toe ring. In the Hindu tradition, the toe ring is a very traditional piece of jewelry which the women wear, the married women wear, and Devi Parashakti, as the divine consort of Paramashiva and the cosmic mother, wears the golden toe ring. So we offer this to Devi Parashakti, and this is referenced also in the sacred scriptures. I'll just be chanting the English translation. You whose brightness from the toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. So this Swarnamati offering is what you can make in order to remove all the darkness and remove the ignorance which is there inside of you, and receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti, receive the ultimate illumination, the experience of Paramashiva and Paramashivoham with Devi Parashakti. The next slide, please. Yes, so offer the toe ring to Devi, adorning her sacred feet, to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings, even the most difficult aspects of your life. The next slide, please. The next offering is the Swarna Mangtika, the gold hairline jewelry, another very traditional piece of jewelry which all Hindu women, traditional Hindu women wear, regardless if you are married or not. So this hairline jewelry actually represents the nectar which is overflowing from the Sahasrara chakra when it's fully open. So the Sahasrara chakra is actually represented by the 1,000-petaled lotus, and that sits right on your crown and right at the top of your head. And it is the chakra, our energy center, associated with gratitude and feelings of gratitude. So when that is overflowing and when that chakra is opened, the nectar which is coming out is represented by the Mangtika. And that Mangtika is what the Hindu traditional women, and of course Devi Parashakti herself, wears, because it represents the open Sahasrara chakra and the overflowing gratitude. And in fact, in the scriptures, Devi Parashakti is described so beautifully and lovingly as Shuddha Sarabhi Varshani, meaning she who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So as you can see, it's such a sweet offering, the golden hairline jewelry, which is basically the representation of the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara chakra. When we offer this offering to Devi Parashakti herself in gold, this literally gives us the blessing of overflowing gratitude to Devi Parashakti for her utmost compassion in our lives. And not only that, the space of complete completion. In fact, when the Sahasrara chakra opens, we experience the space of complete completion and overflowing gratitude, which is what Devi Parashakti blesses us with in this offering. The next slide, please. The next offering is the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Now, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja is one of the most beloved offerings because it is an offering of puja directly at the feet of the Guru. And the Guru being alive, the very incarnation of Paramashiva, and Parashakti in the human form today, it becomes the most powerful offering that you can make. Yes, the English translation of the Shastra Pramana, which we had just chanted before, but I'll chant again, is the illumining splendor of Devi's toenails dispel the darkness of ignorance in the devotees prostrating at her feet. Her feet defeat the lotus power even in beauty. And also in the Shlokam 83 of the Saundarya Lahari, which states that the nails which have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings, which always prostrate before Devi, the Tamoguna is actually the darkness. And in this stotram, tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees. And by constantly prostrating at the feet of Devi, the ignorance is removed and Devi blesses with the ultimate knowledge. Offering this Pratyakshapada Puja is the best offering where you can receive all the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And also, as we are coming closer to Guru Purnima, during the Guru Purnima Brahmotsavam, which is starting just a few days, and on Guru Purnima day itself, July 23rd, it is a most auspicious time, Muhurta, in order to offer Guru Puja or offer the Pada Puja to the Guru. So as the embodiment of Paramashiva and Parashakti expressing through us, making these divine cosmic beings available to his form, this is the most powerful offering that you can make, the Pratyakshapada Puja. The next slide, please. The final offering, among many others today, that is available is the Vastra Seva. This Vastra Seva is the Seva of offering the sacred cloth for adorning Devi Parashakti. Yes, we can go on to the next slide. Yes. So offering the Vastra Seva will bestow all of the auspiciousness and blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the Yajaman, on the receiver. So it's one of the most precious offerings that you can make as well. So this comes to a conclusion of all the different offerings. We now can show you a brief summary of all of the different offerings which you can make today. The next slide, please. So as you can see, the Ihundi offering, the Sankalpa chanting, the Sahasranama, Devi Sahasranama Kasu, Swarna Kasu, as well as the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the Swarna Meti, the Swarna Mangtika, the Pratyakshapada Puja, and the Vastra Seva. So all of these are available for different amounts in order for you to offer directly to Devi Parashakti. If you'd like to proceed with your payment and proceed with the next steps immediately, you don't need to wait. You can go to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. And if you want more information as well, you can find some more there. The next slide, please. So yes. Now, in the registration form that you are going to make, there are actually two options. So if you are ready to make these offerings, you're feeling inspired, you want to immediately make these offerings and immediately connect with Devi Parashakti, you don't need to wait. You can go ahead and fill out the payment form, the payment details, and fill out the registration form as well as the Sankalpa form, and go ahead and make your payment. Now, also, if you feel that I really want to make these offerings, I really feel that I am feeling so grateful for Devi Parashakti for what she has given me in my life, whether it is health, long-lasting relationships, wealth, whatever it is, but you feel, okay, I might not be ready to make the offering that I really want to make. For example, if any of these offerings you wanted to make but you're not able to manifest that correct amount of money, or you're not able to manifest any other situation in your life right now to align to making that reality manifest in your life, making the reality of offering these sevas manifest in your life, then you can still fill out the registration form. So either if you're interested in making the offering, you'd like to know more information, or you want help in manifesting this offering in your life, or you just want more details, you can fill out the registration form and we can help you with ensuring that you manifest this in your life. So you can go ahead to tiny.cc/Bhava Samadhi and you can fill out the registration form if you want help in manifesting this offering today. The other options here are the online payment. If you are ready to make the online payment for the offering of the sevas, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi offerings. And always after the payments, make sure that you are submitting the details for the puja at tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. And now we'll go through just a brief walkthrough of how you can make your payments, how you can fill out the registration form, the Sankalpa form, and even how to make a donation or make any kind of donation through the YouTube Super Chat. And this is the e-hundi offering. Just like when you go to the temple and you'd like to make an offering, or you like to just offer whatever you can into the hundi of the temple, the e-hundi offering is available on the YouTube Super Chat, and it's very simple, very easy for you to make that offering. So now we'll be right back with you in order to go through the walkthrough and just take you through the steps of making your payments and filling out the registration form for offering any of these sevas. Yes, as we get that ready, I invite all the viewers just to, I highly encourage and hope you understand, first of all, that Devi Parashakti is blessing each and every one of us with just her personal love, personal compassion and grace about for each and every one of us, regardless of the fact if we are ready to offer anything to her, if we want, even if we are having even the smallest amount of gratitude. She is revealing the Akashic records to us and guiding us in these very dark times in many of our lives. But if you would like to make this offering, and just establish your relationship with Devi with deep gratitude, that ultimately manifests more and more of Devi's blessings in your life, of whatever you want to manifest a breakthrough in your life. So these are scientific, literally proven methods researched by the ancient Vedic scientists, the ancient rishis of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, of deepening and establishing yourself in the ultimate connection with Devi Parashakti, each and every one of these sevas. So make sure that even if you're not ready to make the payment immediately, that you start manifesting, each and every one of you, these offerings of gratitude in your life today. So now we can go through the different payment methods and the how to make a payment or make an e-hundi offering on the YouTube Super Chat.
Yes, thank you, Masada Shukriya. Here what we are seeing on the screen is the YouTube live screen, where if you're watching the live stream on YouTube, this is what you will see. And on the right side, you will see a chat box. Now, in the chat box at the bottom, it says members only mode, which is available whenever the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading is going on, only the members of the official YouTube channel will be able to post your questions directly for Devi Parashakti to see and bless us all. So if you would like to join as a member of the channel, all you have to do is click on join, and you will have various different member options available: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and premium options available. All you have to do is click on join, and you can add your credit card or debit card. You can add your PayPal details, and you can go ahead and click on save card, or you can go ahead and become a member of this channel. And after you become a member of the channel, you have an option to contribute to the channel through the YouTube super chat or the super sticker option. So you can go to YouTube super chat or super sticker, and you can make your contributions and offer your support to Kailasa. And for those of you who would like to make your offerings to Devi Parashakti, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings. Now, when you go to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, here is a page that opens up. Here in the Sevas, you see a list of options, a drop down that are coming up. You can choose what is the offering that you want to do. Say I choose Pratyaksha Pada Puja, that the Guru Purnima is coming up shortly. I want to offer Pratyaksha Pada Puja. I click on that, choose that option, and I click on add to cart. When I click on add to cart, it goes and shows me the various different options that I have, the various offerings that I have selected. In this case, only the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. If I want to add any more offerings, I can go ahead and click back. And when I click on the back button in the browser, here you can add any more sevas that are coming up. Let's say I want to go ahead and choose Sankalpa chanting. And I want to do this for, let's 5 of my family members. I increase the quantity to 5. I click on add to cart. As I click on add to cart, you come down and you click on proceed to checkout. When you click on proceed to checkout, it goes to the final page. You add the billing details, you add the orders, you add the credit card details. You click on I have read and agree to the website terms and conditions. And on the right side, you click on place order. So you go ahead and place the order for this particular thing. So this is a very easy way for you to go ahead and make an offering to Devi Parashakti. After you go ahead and make the offering, you go ahead and make the online payment. You go to the next form, which is in the scroll in the bottom of the screen, which is tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021. So right next to that, click on next, and you can go ahead and enter, read to the terms and conditions. And you click on offering for Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. You scroll down, you click on next. As you click on next, the next page shows the various different offerings. You can choose what offering that you wanted to make your payment for, and you can click on, go ahead and fill the names of your family members whom you want benefited from this Sankalpa offering. So we have 2 steps. One is tiny.cc/Devi-offerings for you to choose which seva you want to do. And the next step is tiny.cc/Sankalpa 2021 to enter the names of family members whom you want benefited from this offering. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this segment. And we will now be moving on to the next segment of the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading program, which is the administrators of Adi Kailasa will be joining us shortly to share about the multi-layer quarantine facilities in Adi Kailash. And we have live satsang coming up tonight at 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So we'll be right back with you after a short break.
enlightenment signs to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. You will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. we get you health, we get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life, we get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam, and welcome to the next segment, which is about the revival of temple sciences and ecosystems. Especially in today's situation, what is the role of temples? How are people being impacted by the lack of availability of temples? In Maharashtra, the famous Shirdi, the famous Siddhivinayak temple, as well as the Shirdi Sai Baba temple, ordered to be shut down. In Puri, the world famous Jagannath temple ordered to remain closed for public in the wake of the statewide lockdown. In the capital of Odisha, which is Bhubaneswar, the highest ever single-day spike was recorded with over 500 new COVID-19 cases, and the local municipal authorities declared the closure of all religious places, including temples. In Uttar Pradesh, the major Mathura temples banned the entry of devotees. Two major temples of the Sapta Devalaya, which is a cluster of the 7 temples in Vrindavan, banned the entry of devotees in view of the rising COVID-19 cases. In Gujarat, the Somnath temple, which has been witness to over 17 invasions by the Mughals itself, way back, the temple that has been standing and revived in history, standing tall as the most attacked and revived temple that closed for darshan in view of the surge of the COVID-19 infections. And in the wake of all this, on one side, temples being closed for entry by devotees, and on the other hand, literally the temples being destroyed. Like one can see here in Tamil Nadu, an ancient temple, which is standing as of the Chola era. The temple murtis have been beheaded. You can see here the Shivalinga defiled and thrown on the ground, and literally the deities have been beheaded. The devotee who went to the temple was shocked to find all the murtis in the temple in this state, and he's lodged a complaint with the local police. But what can be done? The damage is done. The Kailasa temple in a village in Pudukkottai. This is the same temple. It is said to belong to the era of Chola II. With Paramashiva as presiding deity, the temple was housing other deities like Ganesha, Parvati, Murugan, Krishna, and Nandi. And all these murtis discovered in this shocking state. And in the face of all this, what is the temple experience one sees in the various de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa across India and across the world? Now, in the times when COVID-19 is rampant and the ancient temples are in a lockdown because of the widespread corona disease, the devotees of these temples were visiting and having darshan of their gods and goddesses for thousands of years. Yet, all these ancient sacred sentiments have come to a harming halt after the lockdowns have taken place. The religious fervor of the devotees is being lost due to the pandemic. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the e-Kailasa ecosystem and bringing all the ancient traditions of the online platforms on Kailasa TV, YouTube, and Facebook. In a time of absolute need, when people at large are experiencing such heavy levels of stress, depressive disorder, anxiety, temples are the fundamental support system for any practicing Hindu, even in the times of peace. Then what about the times of distress? And in the time of this global pandemic, when physical temples have been forced to shut down, Kailasa, in its most unique way, is contributing in the form of opening e-Kailasa ecosystems and without any compromise done to the rituals, to the practices, the injunctions in the Veda Agamas. All the ancient traditions are now being made available on online platforms and various social media, and the gates literally for praying to the literally living deities in the form of Archavataras has been opened by Kailasa. And let us now understand why deity worship in the first place. Bhagavan says, please understand, deities are not mere idols. They are embodiment of ideals. We do not worship the idols. We worship the ideals represented through the idols. When the divine is present before him in a form he can see, touch, and relate to, the transmutation becomes an easy and joyful process. Second, deities in a real kshetra, means energy field, are always carved in the form of ancient masters and enlightened beings. Even though no longer in the body, they can be invoked. The masters can be invoked, their energy can be invoked through the name or form they used while they were in the physical plane. When we pray to the deity or chant its name, the corresponding divine vibration is automatically awakened and becomes available on the energy plane to guide and bless us. This is really the science of deity worship. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has revealed how we, the Hindus, mastered the science of bringing the divine to the deities and expressing the divine through the deities. The whole science has been mastered in the Vedic tradition. The revival of temples will be the revival of world peace and world bliss. Revival of temple culture, the deity worship, where people are made to look in, that is where the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Advaita Satya, is going to happen. Shiva saved Markandeya from death, and that became an independent deity, Kala Kala. Same way, he danced in ecstasy. That action became Nataraja. Vishnu's very action of showering blessings on the world became Lakshmi. Brahma's very action of constantly sharing the wisdom with the whole universe became Saraswati. So, each of the actions of the ultimate becomes independent intelligence and energy. When those deities, whatever you want immediately happens. Whatever result you want, worship with rites those divine energies who are the personification of those actions. Immediate results are achieved by connecting with those deities. In this world, this can be a powerful method through which you can achieve whatever you want in your life. This is really the science of worship, the core of the temple tradition, one of the most important, the central pillars of Kailasa, deity worship and temples. And this is not some custom or tradition or superstition. It is a very solid science based on the science of life, based on the multi-dimensional logic on which the universe operates. That science revealed in all its glory, tradition, inner workings by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, not only in the form of this knowledge, but also as an experience in the form of the huge, magnificent temples housing living deities, Archavataras, and all the temples in the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa worldwide. And that is one of the many ways in which the COVID care protection centers of Kailasa in the various de facto spiritual embassies are providing support and succor to one and all who register to this COVID care protection centers. We will, in the next few minutes, be understanding what are the various ways in which the COVID care protection centers offer one protection in all levels, physical, mental, psychological, spiritual. And if you would like to register yourself for the COVID care protection centers, please register now through this link, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. That is https://kailasa.org/KAILASACARE. Let us take a few seconds now to register ourselves in this link.
If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. we will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you.
In the next segment, we're going to see the contributions from Kailasa's temple ecosystems. Kailasa is a place where everything related to super consciousness is revived. All the sampradayas, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived and established in such a way that it never gets lost again. They're forever serving the humanity. Next, we're going to watch the video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasamidhanam, His Divine Holiness Swamiji, is going to share about the revival of Hindu temple ecosystems. Stay tuned, we'll watch the video and we'll be right back.
I am going to revive Hinduism by setting up a model community, enlightenment ecosystem. I'm going to create absolutely from the scratch newly. Self-sustaining, temple-based, Hindu ancient enlightenment ecosystem and civilization based on that. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva himself manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle. I am going to revive this whole enlightenment ecosystem, Kailasa, by creating a model Kailasas all over the world. I am going to revive Hindu enlightenment ecosystem. I am going to create absolute.
Sorry for the technical glitch. Yes. So the ideation of violence in recent lifestyle has enabled disruption in several nations, affecting the millions of lives with mental distress, physical health ailments, defalcation of food supply, and pinpointed destruction to the infrastructure of several countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has dedicated his life and made it his mission to bring the global peace from the ground level through the Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and the Department of Human Services, to bring harmony in humanity, to create a life of freedom and peace for every individual on the planet through the revival of the temple ecosystems. Joshua Gordon, the director of National Institute of Mental Health, has told that he grouped the protective influences on mental health on the following factors. Number one, the individual factors such as microbiome, the natural and built components that includes the green spaces, housing, and highways, which may play a very important role in health disparities. Social factors like family structure, poverty, and other social determinants of health. From 1994 to this date, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked tirelessly in the revival of the temple ecosystems globally. through Kailasa's Department of Health and Worship and the Department of Human Services, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this lifelong commitment to the mission and the vision of bringing global harmony, sustainable living, and reproducible ecosystems have been proven in building active, contributing temple ecosystems around the world. On 21st of October 2006, following a meditation under the sacred banyan tree in Adi Kailasa, peacekeepers of Kailasa, along with the children of Nithyananda Gurukul, celebrate the auspicious occasion of Deepavali. On 22nd of December 2018, the peacekeepers of Kailasa and the participants of Paramashivoham meditation workshop take part in the celebrations of traditional flag hoisting ceremony. On 14th of December 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Nithyananda Spurana Convention program. On 17th of December 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Nithyananda Spurana program in St. Peter's Engineering College. On 26th of May 2006, the peacekeepers of Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on Himalayan Yatra, the traditional sacred pilgrimage to the Himalayan mountains and up the river Ganga. The temple ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai serves as the driving factor in maintaining the lifestyle of health, wealth, and well-being of denizens of Tiruvannamalai, one of the remaining living temple ecosystems. On 31st of December 2018, the peacekeepers of Kailasa and the participants of Paramashivoham meditation workshop take part in morning meditation and traditional puja, or the ritualistic worship in Adi Kailasa. On 17th of August 2014, the distribution of sweet butter as the part of Krishna Janmashtami celebrations, the celebration of Lord Krishna's birth in Adi Kailasa. On 17th of August in the same year, where you can see playfully colorful celebrations of Krishna Janmashtami. So you can actually understand how the whole temple ecosystem is spreading happiness, oneness, and consciously evolving each and every being. As part of the Krishna Janmashtami celebrations, the peacekeepers of Kailasa are distributing free organic food to the public. On 11th of September 2016, the peacekeepers of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, take part in Kara Seva, the voluntary contribution of physical service towards the cleaning and construction of the sacred Hindu temple. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism arrives with the volunteers and the Kailasa's peacekeepers to provide relief efforts to the cyclone-hit Pondicherry region through the distribution of food, water, and basic necessities, medical camps, and clearing the local roads for further relief efforts. On 4th of January 2012, the Thane food relief food preparations in Pondicherry. On 3rd Jan 2012, Thane flood relief medical camps. Next, we see the Kailasa's ecosystems around the world, which is established in all the global continents. Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai as a traditionally being passed on to the hands of the Supreme Pontiff of Hindus by his Guru, Mata Vivekanandapuri. And right side, you can see how the same ecosystem in a couple of decades, how it has evolved into a huge enlightenment ecosystem serving thousands of people and the delegates through Kalpataru meditation workshop and Shiva Diksha. You can see in 2011 in Kailasa and Tiruvannamalai, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself serving the Annadan. On 11th of March 2017, in the same Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai, thousands of people arrived to celebrate the enlightenment ecosystem and to traditionally receive the blessings from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Next, what we are seeing is the Tiruchengodu Sarvanya Peetham, Adi Nithyananda Peetham, the first temple ecosystem established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at the age of 23 on the banks of the river Kaveri. This was the start of the borderless Hindu temple ecosystem as we know today as Kailasa. After having a vision of the sacred banyan tree, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had established the Adi Kailasa temple ecosystem with the same banyan tree at its heart, the main headquarters of Kailasa. Through the living stream, to the live stream of the sacred banyan tree and the deities, the temple ecosystems of Adi Kailasa is being continuously available to one and all from wherever they are. The continuous flow of worship and the temple services in Adi Kailasa. The continuous flow of worship and the temple services in the Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Peetham in Devi. The first temple being established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism outside India, the temple being physically coming to life in just 9 months. The chief presiding deities of temple are Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam and Devi Nithyananda Parashakti. And next, what we are seeing is the Los Angeles temple that was inaugurated first in 2005. And again, that houses the largest Shivalinga and Rajarajeshwari Devi in North America. The Kailasa in Los Angeles is a 25,000 square feet temple complex housing 80 plus deities. It is one of the largest Hindu temples ecosystems in the West, housing the blissful dancing form of Ganesha in Kailasa in Seattle, and the largest living Nataraja deity outside of India. Kailasa in Seattle is also known as the Chidambaram of the West. Next, what we are seeing is the Kailasa in San Jose, California, which was inaugurated in 2009. Kailasa in San Jose radiates the energy of Madurai Meenakshi temple. The chief presiding deities of the temple are Devi Meenakshi, the Shivalinga, Lord Nithyanandeshwara and Devi Nithyanandeshwari, which have been created, installed and energized by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. Kailasa in St. Louis, Missouri, alongside with the Shivalinga and the Nithyananda Ganesha. Kailasa in St. Louis carries the energy of Tirumala Tirupati of South India and houses one of the tallest Venkateshwara deities in North America, along with his consorts, Sri Devi and Bhu Devi. The beautiful landscape nestled among the woods and rolling hills of Missouri stretches to about 20 acres. Next, what we are seeing is Kailasa in Phoenix, Arizona, which is home to over 21 deities and with a temple structure of 2,500 square feet. Kailasa in Phoenix has been directly established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, serving as an energy feed of worship, meditation, and celebration over 7 years. Formally inaugurated in 2017, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has declared that the Kailasa in Houston as the Parihara Sthala for all the Navagraha doshas. Next, what we have is Kailasa in Toronto, Canada, inaugurated on July 2011, which is the only Hindu temple in the West with all the 63 Nayanmars and 18 Siddhas residing as the deities. The temple deities here are seated exactly as the existentially preside in Kailasa around Paramashiva, the primordial deity of Hinduism. Next, what we are seeing is the active and alive from 2011 onwards, the Kailasa in Toronto, which has been blessed to radiate the super conscious energy of Kailasa. This temple ecosystem goes on providing various temple services to the community such as Annadan and traditional Hindu ceremonies. Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship, the Department of Human Services, and each of Kailasa's temple ecosystems consider the right of happiness to be the highest happiness, highest fundamental right of all the human beings. The ultimate goal of Hinduism and the Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is the material and spiritual well-being and prosperity of humanity. So we welcome one and all to join the COVID Care Protection Centers that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Swamiji has opened to one and all. We welcome you to register yourself in kailasa.org/kailasacare, kailasa.org/KAILASACARE. So let's take a few minutes to join kailasa.org/kailasacare.
Literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment signs to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
we get you health, we get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life, we get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us
Next, we have the contributions from the Department of Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship during the COVID-19 pandemic. So what we have seen in the initial part of the presentation is how the temples all around the world has been closed because of ongoing pandemic, and how the Hindus are left with no place for them to go and offer their prayers. So the digital services offered by Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship is a solution that's being offered to whole of the Hindus around the world. Yes, sorry for the technical glitch, dear viewers. And what we are going to see is the contributions from Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship, how during the testing times of pandemic, when all the temples around the world are closed and Hindus do not have a place to worship, especially when they have so much of suffering, and when they are losing their loved ones in their lives, they need a place to offer their prayers to Paramashiva and all the other Hindu deities. So the Kailasa's Department of Religion Yes. So what we are seeing now is Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam being live on Nithyananda.tv, right? So you have this glimpse of the Kalpa Vriksha, where Bhagwan Rama had his enlightenment experience and he revealed the 108 Upanishads was revealed here. So this space, the Kalpa Vriksha space, is available to the whole of the humanity for us to connect and pray. And Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship has been conducting several homas and rituals for us to connect with the superconscious energy and receive the blessings of them. So they basically conducted Mahamrityunjaya Homa, which is done as prayers for people who are affected with COVID for their life longevity. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam offers the Abhishekam, 7 Kala Abhishekams to Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva himself, and that is being shown in YouTube channels. So for people to connect and receive the blessings of Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva. And similarly,
Nithyanandam. Nithyanandam, sorry for the technical glitch. And the next, what we will be looking at is the revelations to the world by Devi Parashakti. Devi on 12th May revealed to the world, I came as Nijavatara. I am blessing you. Listen. People, listen. To do good to all of you, I have taken the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. People of India, listen, carefully listen. Time after time, Bharatam is Jnana Bhumi, where enlightened beings come. We cannot make Jnana Bhumi as infertile. Enlightened beings have to come, they have to live, it has to flower. Few hypocrites, because they are stuck in delusion. We cannot sacrifice the world. Cosmos cannot be destroyed. The ship I did to save cosmos from being destroyed, that is called Adi Kailasa. The ship I did to protect beings from Pralaya is Adi Kailasa. Because of conspiracy of Drohis and enemies' rule, the captain had to leave the ship. before 12 years, knowing the great deluge that is going to happen, all Aushadhas, by this Guru Purnima, that Jnana Rasavadam, Navapashana, is going to flower. Allow people to come and take dip in Navapashana flower. People, whoever comes and dip in Vaidya Sarovar, they will not have deaths, they will not have corona. Crores and crores of people will come in line. Every day they will come and dip in Anandalingam. Listen well to my words. For India, I made ship as protection. The Nithyananda Navapashana Lingam in Vaidya Sarovar. Go to Adi Kailasa. O Indians, listen. All those regretting losing the Nithyananda Nijavatara, without confusion and without talking just as lip service, go to Adi Kailasa. Devi went on to reveal on the 13th May, the next day, crores of people will come there looking for health, Navapashana water feast and medicine, to get health and protection and enlightenment. To protect India from the great destruction, I, Parashakti, made this huge ship. Even if captain is not there, ship is there. So one can see, today, when the first world countries are closing their borders, during this massive global emergency, Kailasa is the only nation that has opened its doors to all without exception. And to avail of these unique facilities available at all the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa as COVID care protection centers, giving protection in all the levels, physical, mental, psychological, emotional, spiritual, a complete holistic care and protection. You can register now through the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. And as we are registering in this link, let us take a look at what the people who are already in the Adi Kailasa COVID Care Protection Center or the other protection centers, what is it that they are experiencing in this temple dimension? To see the glimpses of the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya, one can see here the various rituals being done in its complete authenticity as per the scriptural injunctions in the Veda Agamas, under the direct guidance and absolute micromanagement down to the last detail to ensure that the rituals, the homas, the pujas are done exactly as ordained by Paramashiva. One can see here glimpses of Kailasa's Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam. Here we can see the Shatru Samhara Trishati Homa being done and performed with the entire Alankaram, the Homa setup, the Ahutis being offered as ordained in the Veda Agamas, the Kattamurtis, or the traditional way of making deities with a framework made of metal, which is bent and clad further with cloth, and the whole alankaram or the decoration of the deity done with a lot of attention to precision to the geometries, so that it is as per the ordained geometries and the artistic beauty to ensure what the deity signs, one of the important aspects of the deity signs is, which is the deity form as it exists in reality, reproduced in the form of this deity form, and how it makes an attempt to be reflecting the absolute beauty, grandeur, and the hugeness of what the deity represents, of what the deity stands for, what the deity is in actual life, actual reality, so that all the senses, the eyes getting awed by the grandeur of the deity, the alankaram being so grand, so that the whole mind is absolutely elevated to that divine consciousness by just the three eyes being able to perceive what the deity is standing for. And all the senses engaged, be it the ringing of the bells to engage the ears, the beautiful fragrance engaging the nose, and literally one can touch and feel the deities in all our de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa's temples. So like this, giving the ultimate experience, taking one to a superconscious level by just experiencing the temples of Kailasa. And one can see here the worship being done by the Balasans of the Nithyananda Gurukul, each of whom has been personally trained by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Literally, each of them is a tribute to his absolute perseverance, compassion, transmission of knowledge, exactly as the Guru Shishya Parampara in the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, in the Vedic tradition exists, where education is not just rote learning, it is a transmission of the whole knowledge in the form of the Vidya and the initiations by the Guru. One can see here the beauty of the whole temple tradition. The Abhishekam being performed by the Balasans, by the sannyasis, brahmacharis, and the rituals, elaborate rituals like the Thirukalyanam or the divine marriage being enacted and performed. And as per the Vedic tradition, the Brahmotsavams, the grand celebrations being celebrated in Adi Kailasa, just like in all the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa across the world in all their temples. So having said that, let us take a few seconds to register ourselves at this COVID Care Protection Center link, https://kailasa.org/Kailasa Let's take a few seconds to register, and then we will be eagerly awaiting what the participants who have already registered for and reached the de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa, especially in Adi Kailasa, have to share about their experience in here.
Welcome back, viewers. And now we have Ma Aishwarya from Chennai, who's going to share her experiences of being part of the COVID Care Protection Center in Adi Kailasa. So, Nithyanandamma, welcome to the show today.
Nithyanandamma. So, yes.
Yes. So, would you like to introduce yourself? Yes.
Okay. My name is Aishwarya Kutuva, and we were in Chennai, but the last 2 months we had been shifted to Madurai. And I came to Adi Kailash with my 2 kids, 7-year-old daughter and 2 years, 10-month younger daughter. So, yeah, we came on June 10th in the evening. So we had our initial quarantine for the 14 days. Like once we had tested negative for COVID, then we had the initial quarantine period for 14 days. And kids were extremely cooperative, especially Dr. Atma Niranjanama, the space she held for the kids. Because every day she would come and call out to the kids, hi Varsha, hi Adya. And the kids were so understanding and they didn't even step out. They even like now my parents have reached here, they are in the quarantine. My daughter, whenever she sees from the terrace, she informs my dad, you should not come out, you should wear a mask while you step out to the corridor. So they know the rules very perfectly and they're so clear. And it was really awesome that I just couldn't imagine, like, because I was wondering, like, how am I going to manage the kids at 2 in a single room? Yes, we were in the quarantine at back home, but in a room, and even they were extremely cooperative and they wanted to, but within a week, they saw a few of the other families moving out of quarantine and reaching us. That was the time they were like, they saw so many kids running around. They literally wanted to go out and play with them. But still they were like, okay, we'll finish the quarantine and then we'll go. That was the thought, and they still kept their word. So it was really nice. So once out of the quarantine, yeah, so they were eager to play with the kids and they have bonded very well. And they are attending Gurukul classes in the morning. So they are doing yoga together. And even today we had 2 of our kids joining yoga, the morning spiritual routine at the Welcome Center. So it's very inspiring. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma. So, what are the other activities that you do during the day by being part of this COVID Care Protection Center? Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yes, ma. So, like morning, usually like we wake up at 3 or 3:30. So we start our yoga session at 4. So usually people join at the Welcome Center. So those who are with the kids who are like unable to join at the Welcome Center, we join from the room via Zoom. Then we have a puja routine at 6 o'clock. Then we all eat our breakfast together at the Welcome Center. That was organic, sattvic, vegetarian food. And Swamiji has said, like every day, the food should have like 11 quantity. So every day, like every meal, not just so every day, every meal. So 3 meals, it should have 11 quantity, and so it is very healthy. So then. Yeah, the kids attend the Gurukul session, like 2-hour session in the morning, like 8 to 10. So today we had listening, and they sometimes do power manifestation as well. So the energy, the group energy, it's just so amazing. They just manifest within few seconds. So it's really awesome, like the group energy, the collective energy. So then a few people are involved in the Karaseva, like cleaning up the campus. And then we have like a few people organizing the food, like distributing to all the campuses. So then we have technical work to do. So in the afternoon, we have lunch together. Then in the evening, so we have like throughout the day, like we have multiple people will be doing different kinds of work. So we are all, so the kids are with different families.
think there's some technical issue. Ma Aishwarya. So we heard Ma Aishwarya sharing literally a day in the COVID Care Protection Center, and how she, as a mother, and of course, a for devotee of the Savanara of Kailasa, has been experiencing rather in the last couple of months the COVID Care Protection Center and Adi Kailasa in its pristine glory. Ma Aishwarya is back, and welcome back, Ma. There was a little technical glitch, and we were just waiting to catch up with you. I wanted to ask, in one, what is the most significant thing which you would say is something that really struck you as a part of life here in the de facto spiritual embassy of Kailasa, specifically Adi Kailasa, as a COVID Care Protection Center, beyond this COVID Care Protection Center, but something which you feel you would have never been able to experience yourself or give to your kids that experience? What is that one thing which really starkly stands out for you as something which is which you would obviously feel so much of gratitude to Bhagavan for, amongst the millions of things which I know you already feel gratitude for? That one singular thing which you would like to share with our viewers.
Yes, Ma. The one single thing I would say is like the space of everyone here. So it's just amazing. So everyone is like taking care of the kids as their own kid, and they're in the space of completion, and especially they are so much involved in that establishing the collective integrity. So just me alone being integrated to Guru Vak. So instead of that, they want each and every one of us to follow the spiritual routine. So they are asking like, okay, what can I do for you? How can I make sure that you are able to wake up early in the morning? Like we have a buddy system, like we call each other, or we complete if we are not able to join. And one thing, yesterday, one thing happened. I want to share it. It's not with respect to my kids, it's with respect to my parents. So yesterday, my sister, she called around 10 p.m. She told like my mother had lip swelling. And suddenly her throat is infected, and they're in the quarantine because I cannot meet them personally. So I see from outside, like from a long distance. So actually, they didn't tell me as well. My sister, she's in Chennai. So I immediately called, because I called my mom, and her, like she was unable to speak as well. So I called Dr. Atma Niranjanama. I told her like she's having some health issues. Like, could you please talk to her? So she was. So it was a conference call, and so I was at the welcome center even before me reaching there. So their room is like 500 meters from the welcome center. So even before me reaching the room, I saw Dr. Atman Niranjanama standing outside the room. She was like examining my mother. She was talking to my mother, and she was asking like what's happening with her. So it was something amazing. This kind of immediate medical attention is not at all possible outside. So I went out. I mean, I was waiting for them, for Dr. Atma Niranjanama. So she came out and she told me that her oxygen levels are okay. It is some allergy. It's not with respect to COVID. It's some allergy. So that's why there is a swelling in her lips, and that has infected her throat as well. So she was immediately given a Avil injection for the allergy, and that kind of immediate attention, because if something happens like this on the outside, we have to go and visit the doctor outside. So there is a higher possibility of being exposed to the COVID cases. So this was something. So just by a call, and she was there. And even today morning, she checked her, and she told me in the evening, like she's perfectly fine, no need to worry about her. So this is something so amazing. I'm always grateful to Swamiji for providing such a beautiful ecosystem for everyone to strive and to live.
Amazing, ma'am. Actually, amongst this, everybody shares their experience about literally like how we shared in the previous portion of the segment about how Bhagavan is so attentive to every single detail, be it the offering being given to the deity in the temple or the seva that every volunteer, every disciple, every devotee, every sannyasi is expected to be providing as a part of their responsibilism to the people, to the devotees. How Swamiji takes care of every single one of us and how he inspires his disciples to take care of each other. I think what you share in your experience is a standing testimony to that Tyaga of Bhagavan, where every single time he keeps reinforcing to us in so many ways, just by his own example, how he takes care of each one of us in every level. Needless to say, the spiritual level, the physical level, mental level, everything. How we feel literally like how the COVID Care Center Protection Center makes each of us feel that we are in his womb. Literally like he's carrying us in his womb. Exactly that same feeling permeates every single de facto spiritual embassy of Kailasa, because that is the basic threshold literally which he has established for everyone's existence. And like you shared so beautifully, the collective integrity manifests in so many beautiful ways and leaves each one of us with that experience of only gratitude to Swamiji in every level. Thank you so much, Ma, for sharing this. It gives our viewers a very tangible way of understanding what Bhagavan means in his every satsang, when he gives us those ultimate truths, and how he shows us in very physical, tangible levels what those ultimate truths really map to in the existential level. It's a beautiful sharing. Thank you so much for coming today and sharing with us. And nice to hear that your mom is doing great. And I'm sure she will, because directly Bhagavan's presence is over here. And the Kalpavriksha is here. Nithyanandeshwari are protecting all of us. So look forward to you and your parents and your kids having a great experience in Adi Kailash. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Swamiji. And thanks to the entire team.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers who are joining in with us across the world as we are eagerly awaiting the live Nithyananda Satsang and the grace of the presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism coming up soon with us. Now, in the next segment of today's program, we are going to be continuing the series of segments and explanations, presentations that we have been doing on the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Over the last few days, we have been continuously presenting to each and every one of you one of the foremost attacks against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and attacks against Hinduism as a whole. How the ancient heritage of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is directly attacked, and a part of that, the entire ecosystem of these valuable, priceless heritage ecosystems are entirely destroyed and threatened. Heritage is one of the most fundamental aspects of a culture and is what the defining aspect of Sanatana Hindu Dharma as a whole. The ecosystem is so important that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism today is spending so much of his time, energy, and pouring out, speaking about the necessity of an ecosystem, of the very heritage sites and the very ecosystems that provide the environment for people to grow and live enlightenment. But when that is attacked, that ecosystem is attacked, destroyed, and the people literally driven out, that is the means of the anti-Hindu militant forces in order to stop and delay the revival of Kailasa and the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma as a whole. Today, we are going to be entering into the next part of the series on the immense amount of heritage attacks that Kailasas around India and all over the world have undergone over the last decades of persecution. And before we enter into that segment, I would request each and every one of the viewers once again to take a few minutes today and share the link which is provided in the scroll below. In the scroll below, we have the exact link of where the United Nations has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And after decades of persecution against women and children, against the priests of Kailasa and the priests who are ordained in conducting rituals of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the violence against every single Kailasian, and of course, above all, the violence against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Finally, after decades, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked and has given each and every one of us survivors a way, a voice, a platform, where in the United Nations today has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The link below is exactly one of the websites where the Human Rights Commission has recognized and has listed Kailasa among the persecuted communities and persecuted minorities that they have seen and recognized the persecution and the absolute denial of human rights that they have undergone. I request all the viewers to spend a few minutes and share in with all of your friends, especially if you believe yourself as a Hindu. It is our responsibility now to make this known to the whole world, make this more known among Hindus themselves, to the whole world itself, about what the Supreme Pontiff has undergone in order to revive Kailasa for all of us. Today, we are entering into the attacks and persecution that has happened against one of, I should say, four of the oldest adinams, oldest Hindu ecosystems that are surviving today. And these are the Kailasa Paramparagata Suryavamsa Adichola Samrajya Kamalapita Sarvagnapitam and the Kailasa Paramparagata Suryavamsa Sarvagnyapita Adhinutana Chola Samrajyam, the Kailasa Paramparagata Suryavamsa Panchanadikulam Sarvagnapitam, and the Kailasa Paramparagata Suryavamsa Chola Samrajyam. Each of these is located in Tiruvarur, in Vedaranyam, and Panchanadikulam and Tanjavur, respectively. And these are some of the oldest Adinams, kingdoms in history of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. With the ancient enlightened masters who had, all of which had been established by Paramashiva himself and revived and maintained by a lineage of unbroken Guru Mahasannidhanams until 2014, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself was coronated as the next Guru Mahasannidhanam of these 4 mathas or these 4 kingdoms. Now, for those of you who don't know, in ancient indigenous Hinduism, in ancient indigenous texts, the kingdoms and the Guru Mahasannidhanams have sovereign power over the land and over the entire ecosystem, the entire civilization that is living under them. They have the sovereign leadership, and they are entirely responsible for the enlightenment ecosystem which is underneath, which they are governing. So each of these has respective Guru Mahasannidhanams and a lineage of esteemed enlightened Guru Mahasannidhanams who have been revered and coronated as the next successors to carry down these great heritage to us today. And having been trusted, so seen as the next and only trustworthy successor of the oldest Adinams that are surviving today, some of the oldest Adinams and kingdoms that are surviving today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of these 4 ancient Hindu indigenous kingdoms. And yet, even though there was a successful coronation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and even a court order that the 4 kingdoms were rightfully owned and governed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the anti-Hindu militant forces had launched physical attacks against the Adinavasis living there and against the heritage, destroying the heritage there, the physical temple sites, and against even the women who were living there, who were serving, who started the socio-spiritual services upon the coronation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism there, in order to literally make the entire kingdom unsafe for Hindus to live. Now imagine that you are a woman who has taken up a pristine, chaste life of being a Hindu sannyasi, and you've taken this up as your belief and your personal, most sacred sentiments. And you've taken this up for your whole life, for your future. And suddenly one day, upon having been proud to be in the oldest Adinams in history and taking care and reviving, serving the Hindu indigenous kingdoms surrounding these Adinams, suddenly you are attacked, beaten, and unable to comprehend even why you are being victimized when you're only doing good to the world. Imagine you are chased for kilometers out of the monastery where you are living and begging the police to give you protection, while people with knives and who are armed are chasing you until they catch you. Until today, the crimes that have happened have not seen even one form of justice. But the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has continuously been ensuring that some way, in some form, that the revival of these ancient Hindu kingdoms is continuing, and the empowerment of each and every one of the proud Hindu monks who took up living this lifestyle and reviving these ancient Hindu kingdoms is seen to be empowered and successful. Today, we'll be hearing the heartfelt sharings of the victims of the attacks against these 4 mathas, or these 4 ancient Hindu kingdoms in Vedaranyam, in Tanjavur, Tiruvarur, and Panchanadikulam. And how continuously over the last 5 years in these muds, we have seen how, despite the socio-spiritual services that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has taken up, still the activities were barraged and needed to be delayed, needed to be stopped because of how persistent, incessant, and relentless the anti-Hindu militant forces were attacking the Hindu monks who were there. And the socio-spiritual services included Annadhan, the serving of absolutely free, nutritious meals to the Hindus, the indigenous community that the kingdoms had served and the kingdoms had been presiding, governing over. And also included reviving the ancient Hindu rituals and the indigenous rituals that were started thousands of years back in these very kingdoms, in the main temple shrines of these kingdoms, to the main deities of these kingdoms that were started by the Guru Mahasannidhanam and the predecessors of this ancient lineage, and continued on by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his initiated disciples and his initiated sannyasis in the sovereign order of Kailasa. After thousands of years, these rituals were once again being continuously, regularly offered to the deities of these respective temple shrines, and the revival of the ancient forms of worship and the revival of the sacred sentiment of Sanatana Hindu Dharma was successfully taking place in the 4 months, in all of these 4 adhinams. And after the coronation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, immediately not even within days, the activities were flourishing in these adhinams, including the temple rituals, the Annadhan, and people, the Hindu indigenous community from around the area, thousands of people were benefiting. And we've seen how these Hindu rituals bring so much of peace to the Hindus in the area who are continuously victimized and oppressed by anti-Hindu militant forces, and brings down the crime rate of the respective communities, and does so much of good, feeding the people who are unable to feed themselves, taking care of and even conducting spiritual programs for the upliftment of each and every human being, for their own upliftment and realizing their own human potential. These beautiful initiatives were all of which were going on during this time, as immediately upon the coronation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of these 4 ancient kingdoms. However, we have seen how literally it had been made by the anti-Hindu militant forces entirely unsafe to even live there. Today, we'll be hearing exactly how the persecution, exactly how the nearly fatal attacks against the Hindu monks has played out, happened in these 4 ancient Hindu kingdoms. And we'll be hearing directly from the female sannyasis of the sovereign order of Kailasa, who are survivors of these really brutal crimes. And not only that, we'll also be able to see some of the most brutal attacks against the different orders of the sovereign order of Kailasa, the different members of the sovereign order of Kailasa. And we'll hear from them the stories that were oppressed by the anti-Hindu militant forces. All of this and more is what we will be presenting to you in today's segment on the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I invite each and every one of you, please take a few minutes to share the link in the scroll below on how the United Nations has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, And you can use the hashtag United Nations has recognized the persecution against SPH, and share in as many platforms as possible. Share with all of your friends, all of your family, and if you feel inspired to do so, share with the people who have an audience in order to bring this to more and more people. Share with the sympathizing Hindus, with the people who are interested in Hinduism, who see the benefit of Hindu teachings, principles, and sacred sentiments for the global peace and for the end of all suffering for humankind. Take a few minutes now and share the link below, and please do share about the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And every single day at this time, we are taking a few minutes and on this platform, sharing, bringing out the stories of the brave survivors of various attacks against the revival of Kailasa, and ultimately sharing what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has undergone, has sacrificed just in order to revive Kailasa and bring conscious sovereignty to each and every one of us. Please take a few minutes right now and share it with as many people as possible. I know each and every one of us are eagerly awaiting the Nithyananda Satsang, where we'll be in the divine presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.